Okay, so we're through the attorney review period. Now the buyer will be sitting down with the bank and applying for the actual mortgage for your house. Of course, they're already pre-qualified, okay, but now they actually have to apply for the mortgage for your particular property. That's usually the week after the contract is accepted. Now it's also during this week that a lot of times the home inspection will take place. Now, a home inspection takes anywhere from an hour and a half to 2.5 hours. The buyer hires the home inspector at their own cost. They're going to go through the home. They're going to look to see if there are any major defects with a property. Now, a home inspection on the seller side, it can almost feel like they're violating you a little bit. They're looking in every nook and cranny. You know, it's natural for a seller to feel like they're almost attacking their home. Trust me, these home inspectors, they're not attacking your home. They're not trying to belittle your home or any of the updates that you've done to it. To put it into perspective, these home inspection reports these days are anywhere from 20, 30, 40, 50 pages long. They're making a line note item, for every little thing in that home. I don't care if your house was built last year or 200 years ago. That report is still going to be 20 or 30 pages long, okay? So don't be taken back if they send us the report and it's long. Again, we're only looking for those major structural defects. At the very least, something that would cost more than $1,500 or more to repair. Now, if your home is on a septic system, if it has a well, if you've got a basement, there are other inspections other than just the structural that will happen. If you have a septic system, most buyers, are going to have a septic inspection done. So the company will come in, they're going to run water into your septic system to be sure that your leach fields are absorbing the correct amount of water. Once the flow test is done, they'll pump the tank out, and they're going to do a visual inspection of the tank to be sure your baffles, your tank isn't cracked, make sure that your D-box or distribution box is working properly. The other thing that they may test is the well, if you are on a well. So essentially what the home inspector will do is they're going to do a flow test, to be sure that your well is producing enough water for the next buyers to live there. Not only that, sometimes they will take water samples as well, just to be sure that the water is potable, that they can drink it. If anything comes up there, those are terms for another discussion should we need to cross that. Many times a seller will come home after a home inspection, and you'll notice a little tag hanging either on your entry door or on the door to your basement, saying that there's a radon test going on. Radon is a colorless, odorless gas that permeates up from the soil, or really essentially the bedrock. The reason that a lot of buyers today are doing these radon tests is it's actually the second leading cause of lung cancer in the United States. The good news is it's a 50-50 shot typically in our area whether you're going to have radon, high enough levels of radon I should say, that would require a radon mitigation system. But the silver lining is here, it's not usually a huge bill to get that taken care of. If you do have high levels of radon above 4.1 parts, usually for about $1,300 to $1,500, a radon mitigation system can be installed in your home, which is simply a fan that goes down through the slab of your foundation with a fan on it, and it sucks the air from underneath your foundation and exhausts it to the outside of the home. So again, if you do have radon, $1,300, $1,500, and typically we have that problem squared away. This video is not to scare you. Sometimes I go off on these little veins of information, but these are the things that I like to explain to you. So just in case they come up, you're not caught off guard, and at least you've heard of the terms, in the past. So hope this is helpful to you. Next, we'll be looking at the appraisal, and then after the appraisal, typically the mortgage commitment comes, and that's when we can really smile and really start to exhale because that puts light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, we'll see you on the next one.